Hello, in this video I'm going to introduce a game I've invented called Extra Move Chess. Extra Move Chess is played very much like chess itself. It's played with the same pieces. The pieces move the same. It's played on the same board. The main difference between chess and Extra Move Chess is that in this game each side gets to move twice per turn. It's related to a game called Marseille Chess, which is an older double move variant, and to a game called Double Move Chess. These are played by different rules than Extra Move Chess. And when I created Extra Move Chess, I had certain design goals in mind, which I'll mention to you. I wanted the game to be won by checkmate. Notably, Double Move Chess is not. I wanted Stalemate to be a draw. I wanted it to be easy to program on Zillions-of-Games, which is this program right here. And Marseille Chess was not easy to program with this program. And I wanted it to be easy to program with Game Courier, which is something of my own invention that I use to play games. And it was easy to program on that. Mainly, there were certain limitations in Zillions-of-Games which I had to attend to in designing the rules to this game. Now, let me describe the rules here. There are certain conditions on the second move that a player may make. But first of all, White can only make one move on the first turn. So, for example, he may move here. And now it's Black's turn. This is borrowed from a game called Balanced Marseille Chess, in which to eliminate the first turn advantage of White, White can move only one piece per turn. Okay, from now on, each player may move twice per turn. For example, notice it did not give me an option to make a double move here. And now it does give me the option to make a double move. And the reason for that is that a pawn may not make a double move on the first part of its turn, except for White's very first turn. Technically, White's very first turn counts as the second part of the turn. Okay, so one stipulation on the first part of a player's turn is that the pawn may not make a double move. Okay, now there are some further stipulations, further conditions on the second move. First of all, the second move is optional, and it's subject to these conditions. You may not move the piece you just moved. So, for example, this piece here cannot move any further. Now, what's it doing? I think I programmed it to what's the word? Pass a move. I programmed it to pass a move if I try to move the same piece again. Okay, so I can't move this piece. Also, I cannot capture a piece. Right now, Black is not in a position to capture anything, so you can't really see that too well. And I would not say that's the best of moves, but I'm just explaining the game. Okay, let me move White here. For example, see again, I cannot make a double move. Okay, now the bishop cannot capture the queen. You cannot capture on the second move. Alright, now if you may move an unmoved pawn 2 spaces forward only on your second move or in White's very first move. I covered that. You are checkmated if your king is in check at the beginning of your turn, and you cannot get out of check in one move. Also, you are stalemated if you have no moves available at the beginning of your turn. Being unable to make the second move of your turn is not stalemate. Okay, so the game is rather simple here. Let me show you the game on Game Courier. This is Game Courier. It's something I've programmed online to play games with. I click here, I can move here. And now let's turn the board around so it's black's turn. Black is colored red here. It shows up better. Let's say I want to move the knight. Move him here. And what it's doing now is it's showing me my past moves, and it's allowing me to make another move here. And now let's say I want to make a double move, and I can go there. Note that this will enforce the rules of the game. Let's say I try to go here, and it says I cannot move an N from G1 to F4. Internally, it just calls the knight an N. Okay, so let me make a legal move. I'm going to check the king. Note that I still have my double move. If you're familiar with Marseille chess, my turn would end now because I've checked the king, but that doesn't hold for extra move chess. But no, I cannot proceed to capture the king because I can't capture on that move. So I will do something else. No, also can't do that. Again, that's banned. Okay, so I will move a knight here. Now black is in check. And black has to get out of check right away. He doesn't have the luxury of doing something like, I can't move a pawn here and then move it there. See, I can't move into check. So I have to eliminate the check first. So let's say the bishop goes there. And now the check is eliminated and black can make another move. Now if black wants to, he can move the pawn here. It's taking a while sometimes. So let's go back over here and talk to you about some of the rationale for why I chose the rules for this game. Here, why is the second move optional? I made the second move optional to prevent a player from deliberately moving into stalemate. This would make it too easy for a player to draw a game he was behind in. As long as the second move is optional, a player who can't make a second move is not stalemated. I could have accomplished this goal by making the second move mandatory except when none is available, but the only way I could program this on Zillions of Games would be by setting the pass move option to forced, and that would also allow the first move to be passed when one wasn't available, which would eliminate stalemate from the game altogether. So to preserve the possibility of stalemate on the first move while removing the possibility of stalemate on the second move, my only option was to make the second move completely optional. And this is programmed in Zillions of Games as a null move for the piece moved in the first move, as I was showing you earlier. And with Game Courier, it's very different. Let's say I want to make a null move here. So I have to do it on the second turn. Okay, it's white's turn, so let's say white is going to go here, take that bishop. And now I want to pass, so I type in pass here and move. And my move here is described as b5 to d7, and pass. And now it's black's turn, and black can get out of check like this. Then go do something else. Let's go back here. Okay. Why can't a player move the same piece twice in a row? This restriction accomplishes a few goals. It prevents a piece from moving back to where it moved from, which is effectively a null move. It prevents a piece from retreating after capturing a protected piece. And it prevents rooks and queens from having almost full access to the whole board. And okay, why can't a piece capture on the second move? And instead of reading all this, the main reason was I wanted the game to end with checkmate. on the first move. I wanted the king to be able to be checkmated on the first move. And if a piece can capture on the second move, that can mess that up. In addition to this, the rule prevents the capture of the king. Okay. So you can't just move a piece to check the king on the first move and then capture it on the second. The restriction, yeah. So that's why you can't capture on the second move. Otherwise, like in Marseille chess, where you can capture on the second move, in that game, there's a rule that once you check the king, you can't make a second move. And that does the same job as this rule does for allowing you to have checkmate on the first move. Oh, here's a rule I didn't actually get to yet, so it's a good thing I'm going over this. Why is en passant limited to the first move? It is a capturing move, and for the reasons given above, all capturing moves are limited to the first move. So let's create an en passant situation here. Let's go here. And now it's white's turn. All right. So let's get that knight out of the way. And now move this pawn up. Okay, on black's first move, you can go like that to capture en passant. So that's the wrong pawn. You can go like that and capture the pawn by en passant. Well, let me back up here and try something else first. Let's say we go here and now try to capture en passant. Can't do it. This also just made the game easier to program. I could basically use the same en passant code as used for chess on Zillions-of-Games. Okay, why are pawn's double moves limited to the second move? And well, the reason for this is it makes en passant easier. And also, it doesn't create a situation where two pawns make double moves and then you can only have one en passant capture. Why is a player allowed to check the king with both of his moves? We may note that in Marseille chess, there is a rule against making the second move when the first move checks the king. And this rule does the job of preventing a piece from capturing the king. Okay. Well, this rule is not needed in extra move chess because the rule against capturing the king on the second move does the same job. There you go. Those are the rules of extra move chess. And you can play it with Zillions-of-Games, which is a commercial program you can download. But the rule file for extra move chess is free. It's available on the chess variant pages at chessvariants.org. It's also available. It might be available on Zillions-of-Games website. I don't know if I uploaded it there. And it can be played online with Game Courier, which is available here. Play.chessvariants.org, PBM, index.html. And if you want to share information, if you want to tell other people about Game Courier, there's this thing here which just showed up when I passed the mouse over it. Okay, here's Game Courier. Brief description of it. Comparison with other things. Comparison with Zillions-of-Games. And it lets you play all kinds of different games. Here's just an example of some of the games you can play with Game Courier. But there are over 700 games you can play with it. So check it out. Check out Extra Move Chess. If you're interested, you can sign up with the chess variant pages and ask me to play a game of Extra Move Chess with you. And here's a link to Extra Move Chess right here. And my time is pretty much up, so thanks for watching. Bye.